One of the most defining things about societies around the world today is how almost every aspect of society is increasingly digital, is increasingly AI driven. So whether you're looking at justice, welfare, healthcare, policing, social services, whatever it is, for people living their everyday lives, they can no longer really do it in a way that doesn't interact in some way with new AI-driven technologies, with technologies that gather data about them or rely on them.
The World Risk Poll asked about people's perception of the risk of harm from artificial intelligence technologies and found that opinion globally is fairly split on the issue. We found that 2 in 5 individuals around the world think that the technology will mostly help them in the future, but there was a proportion of people, around 1 in 3, that said that actually these technologies will mostly harm. The poll also found that a large proportion of people globally don't have an opinion on this issue, which suggests that there's a lack of understanding there of these technologies and the risks and benefits associated with them.
What one person imagines AI to be might be, Terminator, talking robots, all that kind of thing. Someone else might be thinking of it as a smart speaker. So I think those differences in what we picture AI to be are so varied and so wrapped up in cultural influences and social influences.
So we saw some big regional differences in people's perception of the risk of artificial intelligence. So Eastern Asia, for example, almost 60% of the people living in that region felt that artificial intelligence was going to help them in the future. Now we think we're seeing that effect because there are many countries in that region that are leaders in the field in artificial intelligence. So you've got Japan, you've got China, you've got South Korea. People are more familiar with these technologies, they're being invested in by governments, they're being rolled out. That has a knock-on effect on the confidence that people feel when they're interacting with this type of technology. The World Risk Poll also asked people about any concerns that they had that their personal data would be misused more broadly online. And we found that globally there was a high level of concern, with more than 3 in 4 individuals globally feeling that there was a risk that their personal information would be stolen. We're seeing increased concern in groups who are vulnerable. These people have experienced discrimination and it's had an impact on trust.
One of the most defining features of how AI systems are built is that they are trained on data about society. And so when there's already a bias or a discrimination or an injustice in society, if you take data about that and you train an AI system on bias and discriminatory data about society, what you end up with is an AI system that will reflect and amplify that bias and discrimination in societies. And I think is a really important warning message to those designing AI systems, building AI systems, governing AI systems, that we have to make sure that the benefits reach everyone and the harms do not disproportionately fall on any particular group.
So we see numerous examples of where artificial intelligence and the use of personal data is already reaping benefits globally. For example, within healthcare, within disaster risk management, and within the more efficient provision of government services. Artificial intelligence and personal data use have huge potentials for good in the world. But if we don't manage the public understanding of risk in relation to these technologies, then we may fail to introduce them in a way that's accepted by the population around the world that the technologies have the potential to help.